Alrighty, Genesis 3 summary. Reading the Bible so you don't have to. Let's get into this. Genesis 3 describes the disobedience of Adam and Eve and the consequences of their sin. The key themes of this is the disobedience to God, the origin of sin and human suffering, the loss of innocence, and God's justice and mercy. So, Adam and Eve, they're in the Garden of Eden. God made the serpent that was there more cunning than any of the other animals. The serpent tempted Eve to eat the fruit from the tree of good and evil, telling her she certainly will not die, but your eyes will be opened and you'll become like God, knowing good and evil. Eve saw that the fruit on the tree was desirable to make oneself wise, so she ate some fruit and took some fruit to give to her husband, Adam. And of course, he ate some too. Not even thinking, I guess. I don't know. Now that both of their eyes were opened, they were ashamed of being naked. And so they made waist coverings to cover themselves up, because they were ashamed of being naked now. Because they know between good and evil. Adam and Eve heard God walking through the garden, so they both hid from God because they were afraid of being naked in front of him. God was confused. Adam confessed from eating from the forbidden tree and blamed Eve for the wrongdoing. Eve said that the serpent deceived her. So now God has cursed the serpent and its descendants, making them bad, such an enemy towards humans. At least that's how the text kind of perceived it. God has cursed all of women, greatly multiplying the pains during childbirth, and their husbands shall have ruling over them, saying that women are property, pretty much. God has cursed all of man, saying that hard labor will just be harder now, and a harvest will break a sweat, and in dust you will end up, because that's how you were made. Like the saying, dust to dust, ashes to ashes. From the earth, God made Adam from the dust, and that's where he will end up when he was dead. Adam officially names his wife Eve because she was the mother of all the living. This is where he introduces the name for Eve, right here. God clothed them and sent them out east of the Garden of Eden. Since man now knows good and evil, God stationed a cherubim, which is another word for an angel, with a flaming sword to protect the garden from all directions, to make sure man will never get to the tree of life and have the ability to live forever.